What's up guys, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. And in today's video we will actually be taking a look at 12 arenas that were newly added into Clash Royale. Now before we get into this list video, I do want to say that me and Imperial are actually doing a collaboration on this video. So Imperial is another Clash Royale YouTuber that makes top listing videos, and me and him have decided that we should do 6 arenas that were newly added for both of us. So basically in this video I will be showing you 6 arenas that Supercell almost added into Clash Royale, and in his video he's going to be showing you another 6 arenas. So basically guys, you have to go in the description below, and I have left a link saying Imperial's video, and then you basically just click that link. It will take you to his video. Also make sure to leave a like on it, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, because Imperial is a very good YouTuber, and also you do not want to miss any of this content that we're going to be showing to you guys. So make sure to check out his video on this list also. And also quickly before we get into the list, smash a like on today's video if you actually want to get yourself a free legendary anytime soon, whether that's going to be your favorite legendary or just another legendary. Who knows, you're just going to get to legendary if you like today's video. And with that being said, let's get into the arenas. Number 1, the Mini Pekka's Playhouse. So I'm pretty sure 90% of you have actually seen this arena right now, but if you haven't already seen this arena was actually leaked to come to Clash Royale a few months ago. I'm pretty sure it was like the end of 2016, around November, December time. This arena surfaced the web, and a lot of people were saying that this was going to be added. So if we take a look at this arena, it's actually called the Mini Pekka's Playhouse. It's available at 2,600 trophies, and it is basically similar to the Pekka's Playhouse arena, but just simply in the form of a Mini Pekka. Obviously the Mini Pekka has one eye, and this temple of the Mini Pekka actually does have one eye also, which is also glowing blue, which makes it even more believable to be a Mini Pekka's Playhouse. And in general, this arena is just like different from the Pekka's Playhouse arena, but does look really professional and real. So what the story is behind this arena is that Supercell were actually thinking of adding this, but then they basically just scrapped it and decided to add the Pekka's Playhouse instead. At first they thought that this style of making the new Mini Pekka's Playhouse better, because in Clash of Clans obviously we had the Pekka's Playhouse Goblin map to play, so they thought, why don't we just link that to the Pekka's Playhouse instead. Obviously there wasn't even a Mini Pekka in Clash of Clans, so I think they just took it upon themselves to make it more interesting, and also something that makes more sense to people that have already played Clash of Clans. So maybe they actually replaced the Mini Pekka's Playhouse with the Pekka's Playhouse that we have today. Number 2, the Pirates Arena. Another arena that looks pretty awesome, and this is actually a concept, but a lot of people thought that Supercell were going to add this arena. I can assure you guys that this is actually a concept, and this is actually made by someone on Instagram by the name of @cl.on. You can go and check this guy out. He makes sick edits on Instagram for Clash Royale, but everyone for some reason was just sending everyone pictures saying this is a new arena, this is a new arena, and basically it's called the Pirates Arena, available at 3,000 trophies, and it's got like this massive skull on it, and it kind of reminds me of the bone pit at the bottom with the little skull claws. But yeah, this is actually not an arena that was going to be added. However, it looks very good and professional, and I would really love to see this come to the game. However, I don't believe that this is actually just going to be added. So for those of you that were wondering whether this was a leak or not, you now know that this was a concept. Number 3, the Midnight Glade Arena. Now I'm pretty sure no one has even heard of this that is watching this video right now. This is really one of the most unheard of arenas ever, and as you can see by the looks, it looks really simple and just plain. It does say Arena 11 with 0 trophies, but I'm pretty sure this was just like in a private server or beta stage or something along those lines. Because if you look at this arena, it basically kind of looks like the Goblin Stadium or something that would be like really simple, such as the training camp. Because obviously if it says it's available at 0+ trophies, then that could be the training camp that we see nowadays. Maybe Supercell decided to add this at the beginning, but then decided to take it out. Here's actually an in-game screenshot what the Midnight Glade Arena looks like, and you can see that it is basically a massive forest, kind of similar to what we have in Clash of Clans, where there's a forest all around your village with a bunch of pine trees, and in this arena there's a bunch of just like wood, trees, stones. There's even like the river, and it's kind of like during nighttime, which is what gives it the name Midnight Glade. So what I believe the story about this is that Supercell actually were deciding to add this, but then they thought of the Goblin Stadium arena, and then they decided to replace that arena with the Goblin Stadium. Either that or the training camp, because it did say 0 trophies this arena was available, so maybe Supercell just added the new training camp arena instead of this one. But nevertheless, it does look very jungly and foresty, and I definitely agree that this would have been a really great arena that we could see nowadays in our Clash Royale community. Number 4, the Paradise Arena. This arena was actually leaked by a Pekka studio, who is a group that actually leaks a bunch of reliable stuff for Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. They leaked this Paradise Arena a few months back, and then they said that Supercell were planning on adding this in the game code. By this, I mean that Pekka actually managed to find an arena called the Paradise Arena within the Clash Royale game files, and it also said that this was going to be either the very last arena at like 3,000 trophies or 4,000 trophies, or this was going to be a really early arena. Now here's the image. It does look very weird. It's basically a bunch of just rocks and mountains all stacked up. You can even see like an eagle artillery in there with some lava flowing and some like wooden bridges that are like logs. I'm really not sure what Supercell were going and doing with this, but this is actually what the Paradise Arena was supposed to look like. Unfortunately, there is no in-game screenshots, but all I can say is that Pekka actually found this in the game code as the Paradise Arena. They did say it was going to be available around 3,600 trophies, so maybe they actually replaced this arena with the legendary arena that we have nowadays, or the Hog Mountain. They basically just thought of a better arena and a better name for this thing. Number 5, the Royal Temple. Here on the screen is actually the Royal Temple Arena, available at 4,000 trophies, and is apparently Arena 10. If you take a look at it, it's very well designed. It kind of reminds me of a jungle arena simply because it has like the statue, and this one actually has like 2 stone statues. One is simply just like kind of like a blue glowing pyramid, and on the one on the right is kind of like a face, similar to the one on like the goblin on the jungle arena. I don't know why, but this kind of just reminds me of the jungle arena. And if you were wondering what this arena was, what's the story behind this arena, basically Supercell were going to add this, but then they decided to switch it out for the Royal Arena. Maybe they thought that the grassy and foresty arena wasn't going to be the best fit for Clash Royale, so instead they decided to add a tournament looking gladiator type arena with the Royal Arena. Obviously the Royal Arena looks like a really professional tournament arena, and this one would just not have been really suitable. Obviously there's a bunch of trees, and who would just battle in the middle of trees? It just doesn't really make sense. However, I do give props for the looks of the arena, because I do find the arena looking very appealing. It is very well designed and something that we could potentially see in the future of Clash Royale. Number 6, the Christmas Arena. Yes guys, believe it or not, a Christmas arena was actually supposed to get added into Clash Royale, but for some reason Supercell just did not add this. Obviously 7 or 8 months ago, a lot of people were just wondering whether Supercell will actually do season changes for Clash Royale. And by this I mean like celebrating Easter events and also Christmas effect, Halloween effect, everything like that. But however, the case was they didn't actually change the loading screen, or they didn't even change the look of the arenas. A lot of people are actually looking forward to see if there's going to be some sort of limited time offer Christmas arena where you could play in, where there would be a lot of snow and ice, but that just didn't come to the game, and everyone's hype was killed when this actually happened. And also some in-game gameplay of the Christmas arena, you can actually see that the King Tower is wearing a Santa Claus hat, the goblins are also wearing one, and they're just like a bunch of snow everywhere on the training map. And all around, I don't think this would be a much of a big change, but it would definitely celebrate the season way more than it did when Supercell actually didn't do anything at all. So potentially if Supercell are watching this, maybe they are actually thinking of adding the Christmas arena for this Christmas. And yes guys, with that out of the way, that's basically going to wrap up today's video of the 12 arenas that Supercell nearly added. Obviously I did only mention 6, but like I said, check out Imperial's video, the link in the description down below, and he will give you guys the rest of the 6 arenas to obviously make 12. And his arenas are going to be really good also. He talks about some really interesting arenas, so make sure you don't miss out on that. Go over to his video, drop him a like, say that the ReTrex sent you, and also subscribe to him if you do enjoy his content. However guys, this is going to bring this video to an end. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, and also comment, and I will see you all in the next video, and peace.